My name is Amanda, and I've been married to Derek for 8 years. Or at least, I thought I was. I want a divorce, Derek announced one Tuesday morning, his coffee mug halfway to his lips. I nearly dropped the frying pan. What? Derek, what are you talking about? I'm not happy anymore, he said flatly. My heart pounded. This is coming out of nowhere! He wouldn't meet my eyes. I ran into Vanessa at the Morgan Industries party last weekend. Your ex-girlfriend from college? I asked, my voice rising. We talked all night, he said, a strange smile playing on his lips. She reminded me of who I used to be. I set the pan down carefully. So you talked to your ex for a few hours and now you want to divorce me? It made me realize I settled, Derek said coldly. We have a life together, I protested. A house, careers, plans. I'll be fair about the split, he said, standing up. My lawyer will contact you. I grabbed his arm. Your lawyer? You already have a lawyer? I'm moving out today, Derek announced. I've already packed. Where are you going? I demanded. He finally looked at me. Vanessa has a condo downtown. She said I could stay there. My blood ran cold. You're moving in with her? After one party? She understands me in ways you never did, Derek said. This is insane! I shouted. My decision is made, he said, heading toward the door. The door closed behind him, and I stood alone in our kitchen. Rachel, my best friend since college, arrived within an hour of my tearful phone call. He just left? She asked, pulling me into a hug. He said Vanessa understands him, I sobbed. Rachel's eyes narrowed. That Vanessa? The one who tried to get back with him at your wedding? I pulled back. What? I saw her corner him during the reception, Rachel said carefully. He blew her off, but now she finally got him, I finished bitterly. Rachel squeezed my hand. Something doesn't add up. One party and he's ready to divorce you? This feels orchestrated. So what do I do? I asked. First, we get you a lawyer, Rachel said firmly. My cousin Jessica just made partner at Morrison & Associates. She owes me a favor. I can't afford a top lawyer, I protested. Rachel smiled. Let me call her. Jessica Williams sat across from me in her downtown office 3 days later. So your husband moved out immediately? Jessica asked. Into his ex-girlfriend's condo, I confirmed. Not normal, Jessica said. This reads like a planned exit. Tell me about Vanessa. I shrugged. Not much. They dated in college briefly. She works in marketing. Let me do some digging, Jessica said. What do you own together? The house is in both our names, I said. Joint savings, about $50,000. Any prenup? Jessica asked. No, I said quietly. Jessica smiled. Good. And what does Derek do? Senior accountant at Morgan Industries, I said. About $90,000 a year. Rachel suddenly gasped. Amanda, check your bank account, now! My hands shook as I pulled up my banking app. Oh my God, the savings account is empty. All $50,000 is gone. Jessica's expression hardened. When? 2 days ago, I said. That's financial fraud, Jessica said grimly. He just made a huge mistake. My phone buzzed. Derek's lawyer had sent divorce papers demanding I vacate the house within 30 days. He wants me out? I asked incredulously. Not happening, Jessica said firmly. I'm filing an emergency motion to freeze all assets and require him to return that money. Rachel leaned forward. Is there any way to find out more about Vanessa? Jessica nodded. I know a private investigator, Tyler Bennett. Want me to make a call? 3 days later, Tyler sat in my living room with a thick folder. Vanessa Parker, he said, sliding photos across the coffee table. Professional gold digger. She's been engaged 4 times in 6 years, each time to men with significant assets. Rachel whistled low. She's running a scam. How did Derek not know this? I asked. Because she's good, Tyler said. She targets men at corporate events, reconnects with old flames, plays the "you're my one that got away" card. Jessica looked at the papers. She knew he had money in savings, knew about the house. She researched him. But why would Derek fall for this? I asked. Mid-30s, beautiful woman from his past, suddenly interested again? Tyler said. Classic midlife crisis. She played him perfectly. Rachel's eyes lit up. Can we use this? Oh, yes, Jessica called with a predatory smile. This changes everything. I called Derek a week later. Amanda? He answered, surprised. What do you want? I want to talk, I said calmly. Coffee tomorrow? The place on 5th? See you at 10, he agreed. Derek looked terrible when he arrived. His eyes tired, his suit wrinkled. You look awful, I observed. Vanessa and I have been fighting, he admitted. She's not exactly how I remembered. She's so focused on money. I sipped my coffee. Interesting. He looked at me pleadingly. Amanda, I think I made a mistake. You think? I asked sharply. You divorced your wife after one party, stole $50,000, and moved in with someone you barely knew. What part exactly was the mistake? Derek flinched. I was confused. Is there any chance we could... That I'll take you back? I finished. Absolutely not. His face fell. Amanda, please. Let me tell you what I know, I said. Vanessa Parker has been engaged 4 times in 6 years. Each time she walks away with money from men she targets at corporate events. Derek went pale. What? She researched you, I continued. She knew about our savings, our house, your salary. She played you. That's not true, Derek protested weakly. I slid Tyler's folder across the table. Here's proof. Photos, court documents, interviews with her exes. She's a con artist, and you're her latest mark. Derek opened the folder with shaking hands, his face growing paler. Oh God, he whispered. What have I done? You ruined your marriage for a scam artist, I said flatly. You stole money from me. I'll fix this, Derek said desperately. I'll end things with Vanessa. Return the money. I stood up. Too late. My lawyer filed for divorce yesterday. See you in court. Amanda, wait, he called. I walked out without looking back. 2 weeks later, we sat in Judge Thompson's courtroom. All parties present? Judge Thompson asked. Yes, Your Honor, Jessica said. Amanda Richardson is present with counsel. Derek Richardson is present with counsel, Peter Morrison added. Judge Thompson reviewed the documents. Mr. Richardson, you moved out and transferred $50,000 without your wife's knowledge? Derek shifted uncomfortably. Your Honor, I can explain. Please do, the judge said dryly. I was going through a difficult time, Derek stammered. I made poor decisions. Jessica stood. Your Honor, my client has evidence that Mr. Richardson conducted an affair, stole marital assets, and attempted to force his wife from their home. We're requesting full ownership of the house, return of all funds, and spousal support. Peter jumped up. Your Honor, that's excessive. Now he's willing, Jessica said sharply, after he got caught. Judge Thompson looked at Derek. Why did you take that money? I thought I needed it for a fresh start, Derek said quietly. With Vanessa Parker? The judge asked. The same Vanessa Parker who has a documented history of financially exploiting her partners? Derek's lawyer went pale. Your Honor, we weren't aware. But Mrs. Richardson's attorney was, the judge interrupted. Mr. Richardson, did Ms. Parker encourage you to take this money? Derek hesitated. She mentioned we'd need capital. She said $50,000 would be a good start. Jessica smiled. Your Honor, we have text messages between them discussing the transfer. She specifically targeted my client's husband for his financial assets. May I see those? The judge asked. Jessica handed over the evidence. These are quite damning, Judge Thompson finally said. Ms. Parker explicitly discusses your salary, your home's value, and calls this a golden opportunity. Derek dropped his head into his hands. I was so stupid. Yes, you were, Judge Thompson agreed. Mrs. Richardson, how do you respond to your husband's remorse? I stood. I don't accept it, Your Honor. He made his choice. He betrayed our marriage, stole from me, and tried to leave me homeless. His regret doesn't undo that. Fair enough, the judge said. Mr. Richardson, where is Ms. Parker now? Derek's voice broke. She left me 3 days ago. Once she realized I wouldn't get more money, she said she couldn't be with someone without ambition. Judge Thompson cleared his throat. Here's my ruling. The house goes entirely to Mrs. Richardson. Mr. Richardson will return the $50,000 within 30 days, plus $10,000 in damages. Peter started to object, but the judge held up his hand. Furthermore, Mr. Richardson will pay spousal support of $1,000 monthly for 3 years. Additionally, all marital debts remain his responsibility. Your Honor, please, Derek said. You made your bed, Mr. Richardson, Judge Thompson said coldly. These consequences are appropriate. Mrs. Richardson retains all furniture, both vehicles. Divorce is granted. This court is adjourned. Derek turned to me. Amanda, I'm so sorry. Is there any chance? No, I said firmly. You made your choice when you stole from me. Enjoy your consequences. I lost everything, he said, tears in his eyes. Good, I said without sympathy. Maybe next time you'll think before you betray someone who actually loved you. Outside the courthouse, Rachel hugged me. You won everything, Jessica grinned. $60,000, the house, and 3 years of alimony. What about Vanessa? I asked. Rachel pulled out her phone. She's already dating some executive from a different company. Derek's old news. My phone buzzed. Derek had texted. Please call me. I blocked his number. 6 months later, I ran into Derek at the grocery store. He looked exhausted. Amanda, he said quietly, you look great. Thanks, I said, moving past him. Wait, he called. I really am sorry. I turned back. Sorry doesn't fix betrayal. Sorry doesn't give me back the year I spent crying. I just wanted you to know I realize what I lost, he said miserably. Good, I said. I hope that knowledge keeps you company in your studio apartment. I walked away without looking back. Justice isn't always about revenge. Sometimes it's simply about protecting yourself and letting karma do the rest. Derek gambled everything on a fantasy and lost. I got my house, my savings, and my self-respect back. Have you ever watched someone destroy their own life while chasing something that was never real? Sometimes the best revenge is just stepping aside and letting them face the consequences of their own choices. Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.